The only bad part about loading from a backup is that Bandicam didn't save the reason I have to load from a backup. Well, it's been, I want to say a couple hours since I've finished the last episode you saw. I'm kind of occupying myself. Well, I was clearing some land, but apparently a bunch of slackers have decided to show up. You guys are going to turn into biodiesel for the crime of getting in the way of things. Yeah, I need a tree farm. I got a legit tree farm, and like none of the terrain in my world, the places that grow the trees I want to grow, aren't conducive to growing a tree farm. So that let me explain. So right now we're just gonna run over to the. Got an awful lot of dirt going on over here. Actually, I should have even more dirt, don't I? Yep, I do. So while we're waiting for all that stuff to build, all that, you can kind of tell I've been mining around here. This is actually a lot worse. There was rubble everywhere here before. So, over here, we've got our computer lab, 4 lasers, and a big whack of... Good, you're still working. A whole lot of wind turbines to go. A couple hours? No, apparently it's been quite a few. I must have left my computer running or something by accident. Anyway, the lasers, just that. I'm building some street lamps because... The plan. The reason I have to load from a backup is that if you shut the meteor off when you start your world and you turn it back on, that son of a bitch shows up. Despite the fact I'm only on like day 16, by rights I should have 2 weeks worth of watching it gently float by that I can shoot it down. Nope, it showed up. I was coming over here. I was standing around, I want to say about here. And it came down right back. No, that's not where it was. I was over here because I was getting some food. About here. And it landed. You see that one tree that sticks above the building there? There are electronic assemblies in? Yeah, that was a big nuclear explosion. At which point I panicked. Shut everything down. It's like, okay, this isn't good. Turn the meteor back off. Okay, well, no big explosion, but then all the big chunks of meteor come falling out of the sky, blowing big holes and everything. That was unfortunate, because if I'd caught that, that would have been a far better intro than the one you just saw. I was honestly panicked. I thought I had just absolutely ruined something. When I decide that we've finally run out a bunch of stuff, that meteor's making a comeback. You know? We're going to figure I've got everything built, whatever, and nothing else to do. I'm kind of planning to drop a meteor on this whole world and then start over. Which is going to be tough, right? I've only got, 26 inventory slots and limited carrying capacity. So I can store a bunch of seeds. It doesn't kill the trees. The trees all survive. It blows up every inventory in the game, which I don't understand. Or maybe it doesn't anymore. Like the last time we played this and failed, every inventory in the game got deleted. You could walk around, the place is a smoldering ruin. All the buildings were all messed up, there's pollution everywhere. And like parts of the buildings were still standing, they were big craters. And all the inventories were gone, which is unfortunate because I had about, I don't know, like 15 chests worth of seeds left over. Buried underground, they were all gone. So we'll fire it up from a backup. I'll find a way to do it, just to see what gets deleted and what doesn't. However, and for the purposes of expedience, we're going to make the game engine shriek and scream here. Fly over. There's a nice view of the waterfront, eh? And of course of the bottom of the ocean. All that stuff I had to do. All that stuff I had to do. To the point where, well, let's put you up here. I want this back. I couldn't keep up with what was going on. Like, there was so much refining, so much everything. Had to disconnect the water filter. Just gave up. Spewed on the ground. I couldn't move sewage fast. I couldn't move compost fast enough. I couldn't move slag fast enough. Everything has kind of died down, which I expected it to tell you the truth. Right? So you've still got... There's no air pollution over here because nothing's running. Oh wow, it's really... Oh, I bet because I loaded from a backup. Oh, that's debris. That's why. Air pollution. There. So we still got a bit going on over here. There's a mess over there from driving underneath this big gob. I was mining some coal to finish a bunch of stuff. And I'm pointing at the screen with my hand and you can't see it. But that's a big wad of smog. This has kind of died down. This was a few trips up and down to, I guess, what is essentially Slag 2 number 2. Down into the gold mine. And we go to ground pollution, and she's significantly worse. Out here was a dumb experiment. An experiment that failed. And we've got a bit of ground pollution here because of running... that diesel truck makes a lot of smoke. Right? Makes a ton of smoke. The layout here, I don't quite get. Like, elevation changes seem to block a lot of stuff, but it doesn't actually really block anything. And on top of that, underneath where we are right now, I'll just go like this. You can see down here, this is where all our iron was coming from. We dug out a lot of iron and made a lot of smoke. And what are we? I'm looking at Y56. And that's Y66. So 10 blocks down, it's empty space. It's just empty. Big empty hole. How did you get up here? The experiment was... I was curious about ways to seal in slag. Turns out that when you bury them in compost, it does absolutely nothing. Like, to the tune of, like, absolutely nothing. This is going to have to be a while to recover. I'm going to stay away from this entire half of the operation for a while. Actually, I do need... I will need some of this biodiesel. You, not the fat. The biodiesel, please. Well, I'm busy clearing that tree farm. And the reason I'm clearing for a tree farm is that coal I mined over here. Let's let the world load in. Creative flight is awesome. So over here, so everything comes back to normal. This is our very first mine. Okay, so we came down and immediately ran into basalt. Right there. And had to turn and ran into more basalt, and turned and ran into more basalt. Until the point where we just gave up. Like, down right here. Here's where I hit the end of it. I kept hitting nothing but basalt. Because of biome change. And just gave up. So we just, forget it. We went and mined somewhere else. But all coal that all the coal I have found so far in this game was all in here. Okay? In up around. That's all the coal I've found all game. Apparently it's supposed to spawn somewhat more often. I think there might be like one piece in here. That's dirt from above. There might have been a piece of coal in here. Yeah, I've had no luck with coal. So the only option left is charcoal. Because we need, like, if we want to make more iron and more steel, we need carbon to burn. And ain't finding none. Do I have room left in here? I have room left in here. So the solution is to clear it, flatten out a big chunk of land. This kind of opens up there. I'll probably stop. This kind of dives down, but not far enough. What am I looking at here? Why 70? Oh, I guarantee that's still up way too high. 65, yeah. So probably when we hit this wall back here, or sooner. Basically until I get bored. This is going to be just a solid block of trees. And to make sure that these plants, would you? I'm trying to record here, do you mind? To make sure that these plants don't run. I guess I can come out of fly mode. To make sure all these plants don't pop back up again. The plan is to... we have to go down one more whole layer because you can't hoe. You can't hoe stony dirt, right? You can hoe regular dirt, but you can't hoe stony dirt. And because I really don't want to ramp up one, this whole thing is going to come down, and then we're going to checkerboard the regular dirt in amongst a bunch of that really sweet looking compost way over there. This is goofy looking stuff, but nothing seems to grow in it. And that's important because I'm going to plant a bunch of trees. The last thing I want is all of this. Don't ask me why this stuff floats. Like, it might be, you know, it's probably because I'm still in 8.081 right now. And the game is in, let me check the Discord here. The game is in 0.0813. And somewhere in there, I'm pretty sure they hotfixed it so that these dumb plants actually get broken by the machines. Because I would have won there wasn't. Or maybe it's... you know what? I don't know. Worst case scenario, I'll just scythe them and they'll be dead. But this whole thing's got to come down. I guess I could start over here. Actually, it doesn't matter, because if I'm building any ramps, you'll have to dig them up anyway. This whole square is going to be a big checkerboard of compost and regular dirt. Although I do kind of wish compost helped out the soil around it. Like if it provided a slight growth bonus to the stuff around it, and then eventually turned into dirt on its own. That's what you would expect. But in the game, you have to use it to make fertilizer. I don't remember using compost to make fertilizer. You use compost to enrich dirt. And it just becomes dirt on its own. But anyway, I got a whole bunch of crap to move. And hopefully it doesn't take me too long, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Now granted, where's my thingamajigger here? Soil sampler. These trees take 4 days. 4 days worth of server time to grow. But we're going to have that because I want all of this pollution around here to go away for a while. My world looks a little ugly and I don't like it. Like this is all at 7% pollution here. 8. Because I ran the excavator and that blue truck here. Wow, it's ugly. It's infringing on my lawn. So I'm going to cut out a whole lot of dirt here. And I'll spare you the montage. I've done 2 in a row. I gotta give you a bit of a break. And we'll come back when the whole... hopefully it won't take me too long to do it. We'll see. Well, it's technically not only the next day, it's the next evening for me. Sun is just... I turned the shadow quality up just because sometimes it's nice to do so. Sun's just creeping over the trees. It's, let's make that... There. Let's make my graphics card scream. I will admit, the lighting engine in this thing, it's great. It's far beyond what my computer will do, but it's great. Our checkerboard patterns in. Tree farm is... I just blew through a stack of saplings. A couple of these guys grew on their own because the game has every intention of making sure you don't destroy the entire world. Decides, nope, I'm going to grow a tree here. Let's see. Let's have a paltry 95.8 hours to maturity. So in that's 4 real life days. That's in 4 real life days. I can come and harvest a whole bunch of trees. I know it seems like, wow, that's going to take forever, Dub. Yes, however, in the meantime, we're going to clear cut and deforestate a couple other places. Mr. Sunlight here. I think at this point, all the lasers and the wind turbines are done. I'll set them up. Again, like I said at the beginning, turn the meteor on and it just shows up immediately. I have to find some way to convince this game that it's only like day 1 or something, and we'll shoot it down. I don't know, but it's about 10 minutes after I should have gone to bed, given when I have to be up tomorrow morning, and I still have to edit this and throw it together. So that's a good spot to let it go. Also, sometime, it's Tuesday right now, so comes out on Wednesday. This weekend, the Diamond Society map resets. So I have to get a whole lot of stuff done between now and then, because I'm going to want to play a buttload of Minecraft again. Probably cost me a bunch of subs, because people are watching this, not the other one. But anyway, I'll complain about that later. For now, just let's bask in the beautiful sun. I will see you in the future.